This is Gary Carburetor. As you heard many weeks ago, former Carnivore Camaraderie. Yeah, not an easy name. That's why he's former. He got rid of the name. He goes by Joey now. And as we all heard, he got out of the bubble of the carnivore diet community. That is the way that most of them eat.
Carnivore is literally the lowest vitamin C diet that people do that exists.
That is the way that most of them eat. The SCAD diet, standard carnivore diet. Or as most of them would say, a normal carnivore diet.
I wish that I was normal.
So the other day I watched one of his videos talking about the reaction he's gotten by getting off of the standard carnivore diet of cooked meat, because he has realized in his health journey that a fully cooked diet can't be healthy for you. That is right. I can tell you that as a raw food expert. I've been a big proponent of raw food for about 12 years now. So back to Joey. He's on about month 3, and at age 19, he probably thinks he's reached the end of his journey of discovery.
If you want new information that's actually important and that's the truth, then you can watch my videos.
So I want to read to you some comments that came in on Joey's video. It was a good mix of people that are for his change and against it. Here's one that was supportive of him. Quote, "I was hoping that you will see the real world one day, and you did. I'm so happy and proud of you, man." Most people will just sit in their bubble and make it as their identity. And I had a reply to that comment. I said, Joey didn't know he was in a bubble until he got out. And it's pretty typical of young people to think once they've learned something, then that's it. But what Joey just learned 3 months ago is that he was wrong. And with age comes the wisdom to realize you could still be wrong. What if you find out something else? This could all happen again. And at age 19, it's very likely. This guy's rolling now. A lot of people, even people in his own community, are saying he is too young. Yeah, he addressed that in his video. People were saying I was too young at 18. Well, I'm 19 now. So I told this commenter that Joey is simply continuing. He might be in the early stages on his path of discovering the real world. And then I was bold enough to say, and I can back this up, I reached the end of my discovery at age 42. See, I've already been through so much, and I can tell you, I was 23 years older than Joey is now when I discovered the real world. Now, it's fair to ask, well, how do I know that was the end? Well, because it was 12 years ago. 12 years have gone by, and I haven't changed anything I believe in. And that's while spending the last 12 years in this online diet community where I don't block anyone, so I haven't created a bubble. I've heard from the anti-vegans, I've heard from low-carbers, anti-fruit people. I had a 2-hour talk with Bart Kay, senior carnivore scientist. He talked about inflammation. There's so much inconsistency with him. He just wasn't convincing.
Bart Kay is logically inconsistent, constantly commits fallacies, showing his ideological inconsistencies.
Joey has exposed the cooked community, but that's just like other people who have exposed the carnivore community as a whole. And the carnivore's defense is just not very good. So those exposés and debunkings stand. And there's one diet left out there that no one has legitimately exposed. Raw fruit-based diets. When you put all the science together, it still seems like fruit is the best food for humans. It seems to have the least problematic effects on the body, with a good balance of nutrients and macros. I also left a comment just to Joey's video, and I said, yep, there's a lot of hypocrisy in this community. I've been studying the carnivores for 5 years now, which is much longer than Joey has, right when it started. And so I know the reason for the hypocrisy and apparent politics is because the whole notion of the diet is meant to be a weapon against the vegan movement. Notice that most of the carnivores on YouTube make much more videos attacking and bad-mouthing vegans than about the carnivore diet. Why is that? Well, Frank let it slip recently, saying that it's because that's what his audience wants to see. The carnivore audience out there is just vegan haters. And I even have that clip on my computer, and I'll stick it in right here.
The reason I'm bringing this up is because all these anti-vegan videos I make and these topics outside of the carnivore diet might not make sense. A lot of you guys say, Frank, why not just focus on the carnivore diet? I didn't make my YouTube channel originally on the carnivore diet. I just started marketing towards the carnivore diet because it made sense. 2.5, 3 years ago when I started my YouTube channel, it was based on the premise of nutrient density. It had nothing to do with the carnivore diet. Then you guys came along, and then some people suggested I make anti-vegan videos, and I played my cards right. Thankfully, my channel has been growing and growing and growing.
I finished my post to Joey saying, hopefully you will see that you were sucked into not just the cooked carnivore group, but the entire carnivore concept. He might not be an anti-vegan, well, he's turned into one maybe. He may have started out just believing in the propaganda from other anti-vegans. And now let's take a short musical break.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. We up, near the village, the peaceful village.
What I'm trying to say here is Lion Queen Michaela hasn't been heard from a while, sleeping it off. But sometime soon she will awaken, and everyone needs to watch out for that, because her latest story has been asleep while waiting for the next phase, and that is coming, and she will be on the hunt. And I am anticipating this coming up in the next few weeks. So to keep up with that story, you need to keep up with me. Forget about notifications. You need to bookmark my YouTube channel. And it's not just for entertainment, these Peterson people. This is stuff that should be known. It's educational, important to our society. To wrap up this video, I want to talk about my last video. My view count has been pretty low for my last few videos, partly because I haven't been making as many videos, and so you may not have gotten word of that last video. That's the video that me and my audience would be most looking forward to, because I keep saying I was going to shave, and I should have done it earlier after Frank's fans were attacking my looks. This is the video to see. Not only do I shave after 2 years and reveal just how I've aged over 2 years and health problems, and the anti-vegans calling me old, I also get into a lot of other stuff. I show some past scenes of carnivores saying certain things about aging. In my conversation with Bart, where I bring up to him the way I look and try to get him. Remember when I tried to get him to guess how old I am and he wouldn't guess? See, this is perfect for that video because I own the carnivore anti-vegans there. It's one of those videos where I've got the goods and can own them really hard, and it just takes time. And so the video ended up being really long. It could have been over a half hour, but I was able to trim it down. Put hours into just trimming it down. 10 hours making the video. I was able to trim it down to like 24 minutes, and the video is just really solid because of that. Streamlined, yet with 24 minutes, it's packed with good stuff. And so it deserves more than 70 views. It should be getting many hundreds from my people, and it should be getting views from Frank's viewers and any other carnivores out there and longevity people. So I need you to share it out there so those people will see it.
I mean,
I can't even believe it. They're such jokes.
so embarrassing.
What I don't understand is